Hi, hello, and welcome to BadTV. I'm Dylan. That is Pat.
Great to be here.
Joining us also is Kaylin. How you doing, Kaylin?
Hello. I'm good.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right. Ruby is joining us from across the pond. Hello, Ruby. What is going the fuck on?
Nothing too much, Jill. Hello.
Across the pond, where?
New York. And Ruby is also, it's important to know, she is the head of the New York chapter of the Michael Rappaport fan club. So tweet at her, DM her at Papaya Dog Girl. Joining us today is one of the greats, our favorite reality life's very own, Kate Casey. Hello, Kate Casey.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here. Happy to be here. Thank you.
You're about to get hit with an avalanche of influenza, I feel. But maybe it's just allergies.
Maybe not.
I don't want to put that evil on you, Ricky Bobby.
My husband says I do have a really good immune system, so I'm gonna say you're wrong.
Okay, good. I hope I am. Patty has his sexy little legs crossed, and he is ready to talk about Traitors.
Oh, it's my favorite show to recap.
It does look a little bit like a lady leg right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Well, I'm
cross leg. It's very shiny.
No,
I'm like a politician from California.
Pat and I sit like that because I think our genitals are extremely small, so we can sit like this.
Correct.
Very,
Right, so
very
it's an easy
comfortable.
crossover.
Yes,
sure.
exactly. Kate, before we get into the show, and we like to start off our episodes giving a score of 1 out of 100 shoulder taps, we should say go listen to Kate Casey, leave 5 stars, and then continue listening.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, say how much you love having either the BadTV people on or Patty.
Just, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, you could say Patty. But we are going to get into episode 4 of this 4th season of The Traitors. Kate, how do you think the season's going so far? What do you think about the casting overall?
I like a bit of them. Some of them I have no idea who they were. Like Eric is this big singer-songwriter. I had no idea who that was.
Yeah. Pat,
not a clue. Not a clue in the world.
Pat kicked off our season by saying, who the fuck is this guy?
Well, he also said to me that he felt like Mark Ballas was like the 6th banana on Dancing with the Stars, but he's actually one of the best pro dancers in the history of the show.
Oh, really? Because
I think it's just you're thrown off because he has an Ogilvy home perm, and he doesn't seem in physical challenges to be of peak physical standing, but that is something that's funny about this show is you take like a Tara or Tara as they say it on the show, Lipinski, Olympic skater, and Mark Ballas, and when you see them doing something athletically that is not in their wheelhouse, it's very strange.
Oh yeah, Johnny Ware couldn't collect a skull to save his life, and he's a literal Olympic athlete. And like we mentioned last episode, if I was Eric in that cage, I don't care if I think you're a traitor or not. I'm rallying the entire house against you for what you did to me in that cage. But Kate, episode 4, what'd you think? How many shoulder taps would you give it?
I'm going to give it 65.
Okay.
I think my hang up with the show is I think they spend way too much time on the challenge part. Like I find myself like, okay, like wrap it up.
Yeah, T-gas.
Yep.
All right. I want to jump on Kate's shoulder taps.
T-gas?
T-gas. Time to get a snack.
Did you know that that's what it meant?
I did, yes.
Okay, wow.
Okay. So here's the question, though, that has to be answered because I'm a producer in my heart. Like I'm a podcaster, probably third. I'm an entertainment journalist first. But
investigative journalist.
That's right.
Well.
And I'm not sure if you caught it, but just rewind to catch Ruby's which was really important to hear.
Okay. So the producers listen to this show. Obviously, that's how they picked the secret traitor and figured that out. They kind of stole my idea and they owe me $50,000, but that's another story. We'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
You've negotiated down to 20, I think.
Fair enough.
Who you've negotiated with, I'm not sure.
The question is, you can't just, it would be a boring show if they just sat around that house and tried to plot and plan.
I disagree.
You got to break away from it. So if we get rid of the missions or every other whatever they have a mission, what do we replace it with, Kate? That's the
I
question.
don't know, but not in episode 4, they've got these weird like metal dolls hidden into like stones hanging from trees, and then these weird mannequins, and I felt like the whole thing was just a little bit off.
Well, the reason
weird.
why you thought that is because it was a pagan ritual of occult evil, burning effigies.
Yeah, it seemed highly pagan.
Yes, it was highly pagan.
The only idea I could come up with, and then I'll get to my shoulder taps, was they actually.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Is they actually let the cast go out on a day and experience something with each other, almost like a bachelor date, where they go out to a town or a fair.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah.
But then they mess with them somehow. They think they're going to have the day off, and then of course Alan Cummings shows up and says, "Oh, I bet you thought you were going to have fun today."
You know what, Rubes? That's a little bit like the dinner party challenges at Survivor. I can see them doing something like that.
Yeah,
I know, but on
the challenge, you have people that are super fit and take it seriously, but half the people look like they've never even lifted a barbell. So I find that the challenges are a little bit sad to watch
Rubes,
because I'm worried about the emphysema and the other
It's a good point.
health issues.
No, but I agree, because there are, and I'm not a person that's been taken down with age quite yet or emphysema, but I would not be able to do some of this stuff. So watching someone Donna Kelsey's age is not, I don't want to do that. That seems cruel.
Yeah.
And I think that if they gave them, Pat, like you pick out, I don't know, random things, 2 of you get to go on like a dinner date, pick 3 people to take with you. And then you all, I don't know, just become conspiracy theorists about everybody in the house or something.
I think that would be really, really a brilliant way to you're rewarded with. I mean, they're all wined and dined like crazy, but you get to go somewhere and you separate people. So they have a conversation here.
See, there we go. Hey, by the way, producers, I'm going to sound like Michael Rappaport, by the way, who needs permanent duct tape over his mouth. Producers, if you steal my fucking idea and I see it next season, I'm coming for you. 48 pots.
I've always, and the producers never listen to me, which is a little hurtful, but
you don't have great ideas.
I have great ideas. What are you talking about?
Okay, go ahead.
I've always thought that the way to raise the stakes of the show is actual death.
Oh, yeah. It's a great idea.
It's going to be tough to insure the show.
Well, you sign a waiver.
The UK is very easy for death.
Yeah.
It's a better idea. You say, instead of, obviously killing you off, we've killed your career. From this point, you will never get a job in the entertainment industry ever again.
Well, I like my idea better, but anyways, I give this episode 60 shoulder taps. It's lovely to watch the pleas of the doomed at the round table going, I'm here for a good reason. Guys, I'm trying to get my son through. And the round table going, don't really give a shit. Sorry.
I thought you were going to say the please when you're tied to the tree, specifically Ron. Show me your faces. If you don't, I'm going to kill you.
I swear to God, I'm going to come back there and haunt the fuck out of you. No, we've decided to actually not be careful and just do Ron Funch's impression.
Right,
and
it's a good guy.
Yeah, it's really cool. We love Ron. Rubes, how many shoulder taps do you give it?
68. I thought it was nice to see little bits of other characters forming. Colton being emboldened because he made one right call and now he will be wrong. I thought it was good. 68.
And Demi's been going viral for reminding everybody that we should not allow Colton on national television because he's a creep and I bit my tongue.
Little big energy, Debbie. Demi?
Yeah.
The little girl?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. She was a powerhouse back in the day.
Honestly, I think Demi would be a great cast member.
Well, you know what?
Traitors.
She does. She is pretty open in the beginning of that video. She's like, I should be on the show. And
Yeah.
I thought,
She should
this
be.
is a good package for you to get on.
Yeah. Little bobblehead. Okay. Last week we left off with Ron.
Well, hold on. Kate, you tell me if I'm right or wrong about this. Colton keeps attributing why he'd be good at this game because of his many years playing football, and not the fact that he fooled 28 women into thinking he was a straight man.
Well, he didn't know.
I know, but did you hear Dorinda, the way that she phrased it? Did you hear that?
No.
So she was like, so you were pretending you were heterosexual when you were on that show. I thought, wow, she just goes for the jug. That's why you have a housewife there.
That's why you have Dorinda there. So last week we left off with Ron Funches threatening the Traitors' lives and sounding like a teddy bear became Michael Jackson. But we are not certain who is killed this evening. We get to breakfast, and Rob Roush, the snake charmer, he has a strategy. Be dumb. Mm-hmm. What do you think about this strategy?
I've told you, be a fly on the wall.
Now, fly on the wall is different from dumb.
Yeah, I agree with you. Dylan.
Okay, so fly on the wall, you cannot be silent. So fly on the wall doesn't necessarily be just don't say anything. It means people are talking, you're engaging, but you're not putting your neck out there like Colton, which is one of the dumbest things you can do.
Right.
So you have to say, who do you think's coming in today? And then, something like, all right, so Monet Exchange brings up the idea, and it's a wonderful strategy. We should ask them the details when they walk in.
Now, he pulled that straight from the plot that Tom Sandoval ruined.
Oh, I mean Sandoval, the dumbest of all. Sandoval.
Yeah, the dumbest of all.
Who ruined that last season. It's a wonderful detail that you can ask, and you can trap someone. If you remember last season, Sandoval.
Can I tell you something? I think you're really great with names. That's not your best.
Oh, okay.
Dumoval?
Yeah.
I mean, my God. 7 shoulder taps.
Okay, forgive me. But you have to step up to bring ideas like that in, because it can't hurt you, but it makes the group think you're thinking out of the box with like good ways to expose a traitor.
Yeah. Well, Stephen Coletti walks in. Stephen Coletti of One Tree Hill fame. Ribs, can you help me not be gaslit by Pat for 1 second? What was Stephen Coletti's arc on One Tree Hill? How many episodes do we have? And did it impact the culture the way that him and his white Tacoma and his love triangle with Kristen and Lauren did?
No.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
He was on, like, I believe 1 or 2 seasons. I believe he played someone named
I know,
Chase
but you gotta
that
understand
Brooke Davis liked, whatever. They said, I love you. It was stupid. It was irrelevant. If he was literally there or not there, everything would have progressed the exact same. Goodbye, sorry, and no. No.
It's Laguna Beach.
Well, you have to understand that Stephen Coletti has refused to do any interviews about Laguna Beach for approximately, 20 years.
He did.
I'm a serious actor, etc. So he is now on a reality show, which to me is absolutely hilarious because it's the very thing that he was embarrassed to be part of. But he's doing it because he wants to hard launch the second phase of the actor career.
Interesting. So the reason that's so interesting. So the Chiron reads One Tree Hill at his request. It's not a mistake.
Correct.
He's asked, oh, okay, got it.
Yes.
Stephen Coletti. So ironic that he did a podcast with Kristen Cavallari breaking down each and every episode of the franchise that he was so repulsed to be a part of.
Correct. I thought that was hilarious too.
Okay, so he comes in and immediately demands the salmon. I would say to Stephen Coletti, pump your brakes. Dorinda feels bad that Rinna is going to die. And again, I think people are very confused about whether or not people are actually being killed on this show.
Yeah, and Lois, rest easy. Stay up in that telephone pole and keep making that nest. Rena's not going to be visiting you soon.
No, Rena's going to stick along with us. She's going to make lip liner and rosé that you cannot purchase anywhere. Okay, now the first tied to a tree person to walk in was Ron Funches, and the interrogation begins. Ron Funches passes the test, and I'm thinking at this point, I'm so rose-colored, I may be a little bit blind. Every turn, I'm like, if Ron Funches can get through this, I think that he can stick around for a while.
I have this to say about Ron. He is the first to come through the door. They ask him the direct question out of nowhere, without hesitation, with conviction, very detailed, describes their questions right there. For me, if I'm a juror, I'm like, all right, I have to say, even though others had said it's Ron's day to be taken down, I would probably be convinced to be swayed away from this guy at this point.
Right.
Yes, we're all hung up on the idea that he convinced us to get rid of Portia based on what he had said, but he's never wavered. He said, yes, that was a bad move, but it was based on her improperly using pronouns.
Right, because no one on this show has ever levied to accidentally get a faithful eliminated. It's just never happened on this show.
Yes.
So it's just fucking leave Ron alone. We love Ron. Kate, who were you excited about seeing when the cast was announced or this first episode? Like, did you have any MVPs or front runners?
Not really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like housewives are really good in the round tables, but they suck at the challenges. And then they, a lot of people think housewives support each other, but they're completely wrong. They don't want any other housewife to get more attention. And like that one scene where Caroline gets kicked off the show and she goes, I don't know, maybe we'll see you at BravoCon. Lisa's like, I don't think so. Like they're all cutthroat with each other too. I was happy Dorinda's getting a second chance at it because I do think she would be a fun player. And I do think as vicious as she can be, I think she does have a good read on people. So I like players like that.
I'm reading the tea leaves a little bit here. I don't think there's any way we get out of this season without Dorinda being a traitor at some point.
Probably. I agree with you.
She's got to be a traitor.
And I don't know how long Rob's going to last on the show because I think that playing like a hot meathead is limited in its capacity to keep the momentum going,
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, we've seen like you can't sit on the sidelines for too long. In season 2, there's a Big Brother player named Dan who they would constantly ask him, who do you think? And he's just like, I don't know. And they're like, well, do you have any theories? No, I'm not really sure. I'm just kind of gathering stuff right now.
Well,
and they're like, okay.
Trishelle said that's a red flag. She told me, I interviewed her this week. She said if you don't offer a name, that's a big red flag for everybody.
Right.
Some other things that I want to throw in there that she told me that were very interesting. They're all sleep deprived, and if you're a traitor, really? you film longer than everybody else. So if you're a traitor, you're only getting sometimes like maybe 3 hours of sleep.
Whoa.
There was one day where she got like 6 and it was like a honeymoon. It was unbelievable. And they only get 10 minutes each day to talk to their families. So that's going to mess you up too if you've got kids back at home. And there's a lot of like moving groups around and not, like 4 come this way and then they're together. And so it's like moving the plates around all the time. So it makes them a little bit wackadoo. And you can barely eat anything at the breakfast table because you're so nervous. And then you get close to certain people and then it makes you not want to eliminate them. Like you could see that Candace was like, oh, I'm going to be ripped apart for getting rid of Tiffany because Tiffany was probably going to be like, I talk to her all the time and I felt like that was a real knife to the heart.
It's so funny. Like I think that you can see, and this is going to sound a little sadistic, but I think that the strength of a reality show sometimes really does lie in the mistreatment and the torment of the cast.
Yeah, you got sleep deprived.
We saw Love is Blind season 1. I mean, it's never reached the peaks of that ever again. And what did we hear? Lawsuits filed. We're being treated like we're in Abu Ghraib, and that's why it was such a fantastic season. You have to do this to these people.
That's right.
Okay.
You
have to.
Look, a lot of people have suffered for their art. By the way,
Pat, you want to be on the show. You're going to be sleep deprived and you can only call home for 10 minutes every day. Are you going to be okay with
Kate, I'll be fine. The reason I'm such a hard worker is because I never learned that you don't suffer for life. You just suffer, and I'm used to it. So I can handle anything. I would walk home in the cold without a jacket in the dead of winter. What?
Now there's somebody in my Facebook group who's got it in my head now that you and I should both apply so that we can both be on the same season and have an alliance. And I was like, that's pretty funny.
Kate,
I love it.
Kate, he will kill you in a heartbeat.
No, I won't, Kate. By the way,
yes, he will.
The person I'm excited, although I was not asked the question, thank you, Dylan, is Kristen from Top Chef, because the way that she carries
she's
herself.
Good. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
She,
you're right.
for me personally, checks all the boxes of someone who will make it to the end. She is a fly on the wall.
Yes, you're right.
She carries herself well. She
Cool
can
tattoos.
be trusted. She will not do something stupid like announce that she is a traitor hunter. And just the likability factor, she will make it down. And by the way, a careless move not to take her out when they had a shot.
I think so too.
Yeah, but you're right, because like Candace and Lisa Rinna, I'm like, yeah, duh, they would be traitors. There's so much, right?
Yeah.
But Kristen, you can't figure. She's very aloof.
I think it was, and we'll let's get to the next thing. So,
you want to get to the third minute of the show?
Third minute of the show. Ron thinks that Marwar is possibly a traitor because of the light feet. Now, this is a dumb clue, but it's all we have right now. Now, Candace is the person he's actually hearing the light footsteps of, but we'll get to that. Michael Rappaport has adopted a new tactic.
What's that?
I'm going to chill out. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to stop talking about how hot I am, right?
Oh.
Because I have a pinkish hue to otherwise mottled white skin, and
Please, by the way, don't fuck with people that are pale. You know what? We have our issues. Okay, we cannot go to the beach and get a golden tan.
Hey, Kate,
look good in certain colors.
Kate,
nobody wants to invite you on the cruise.
I am much paler than you are. Okay.
No way.
Yes way. Yes way.
What do you guys want to have a pail off?
Yeah, I'll dominate Kate in a pail off. You kidding me?
How many minutes does it take you to get a sunburn?
You know what? I can get fairly golden. Ruby and I, as children, used to get pretty golden.
I gotta fake tan it.
Ruby and I are capable of a Native American kind of hue. Okay.
Ruby looks like she can get a tan.
Yeah, Ruby can.
By the way, maybe it's just me because I read people well. When Lisa Rinna goes through the same questioning that Ron just went through,
she's not, by the way, not playing the game well. Like every time she comes in, I'm shaking. I'm so nervous. Like because she can't she's a great housewife because she doesn't ever turn the volume down.
And is that the reason they can't see through it? They're like, oh, that's just a housewife Rinna.
Consistency is key.
Okay.
Rubes, did you catch that Moe Due, really sneaky character? He tried to bait Rinna into co-signing a fallacy.
Was this the mask color?
Yes.
Oh, yes, he did. Well, again, he's well read, and and here's the thing. I don't know if she even knew what he was trying to do. She was just so scared and overwhelmed that she was like, I was like, this is really bad and hard to watch. So
she seems like she's like a lot in her head, don't you think?
Yes, and it's not good.
I think
and she's also, like I said, sleep deprived.
Her and Candace are not playing a good
another
game.
thing that Trishelle said is that everybody has to do their own hair and makeup, which every time I think about that now, so like Caroline Stanbury was probably like, I got to get off this show. Like I need a whole glam team because I don't know how to do this on my own, and frankly I don't want to.
Well,
when
the
Candace
show
said that she was friends with Tara because she uses her curling wand, I was like, ew, why are we doing our own hair on this show? That's horrible.
I'll have to do their own hair.
Yeah,
makeup. So she said that when Phaedra was a traitor and they had to film more, that she said the craziest thing is she was always in full glam.
Yeah.
So she must have slept in her makeup.
Phaedra was in full glam all season.
Yeah, all the time.
So we get to the actual elimination, and it is Caroline herself. Dubai thought that the housewives would stick up for one another. No, it was the exact opposite, actually. And I do like this play. Kristen is a perfect candidate for going long because she's never going to be, outside of the first couple, if you're a fly on the wall and a low-key player, you need to get through the first 2 or 3 weeks, and then you're good, because the eliminations have to start being pointed after the first kind of random scaffold.
The random rounds.
Right.
Oh, we should start, like, we got to be like, who are those weirdos that do a podcast about Bachelor?
Talk of Roses.
Yeah.
Game of Roses.
We got to start, I got to write a book on this. We're going to call it the Rando Rounds.
Yeah, the Rando Rounds. If you can get through the Rando Rounds, you're good. So we get into some dumb clues. Tiffany and Dorinda are cluing in on Yam Yam because he said ceremony. This is a
dumb clue.
This is a dumb clue, okay? Just don't target him because he said that. But we get to our various pods, and the bachelor archetype is taking root. Colton in his baby blue shiny tie wants to take a big swing, and he says, if I'm going to go out, I'm not going to go out like a bitch. Well, I think that's probably inevitable. I think Colton will probably go out tear-soaked and bitchy if he is to go out.
Well, think about this, though. The counter is Tiffany, who was going to make a big swing, too, tonight. Because she's the one, both players have horrible instincts. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
So Tiffany is 0 for 3 because her in line is Ron, Yam Yam, and then Michael.
Rappaport.
And so Colton, he's pissed because he thinks she's trying to strategize too much. He's going to take a swing. God knows who second in line for him was.
Well, it's so many dumb clues, right? So Colton says because of the sequential certainty, she must be a traitor. Now, we talked about how, and in your talks with Trishelle, she kind of, she proved this, that you can't say no one. But you also cannot say 3 people. That's like, it's just it's too much. In what world, outside of you being a psychic, which we've seen before, you cannot just say 3 names. That's just nutso stuff. It's too much exposure. You're putting too much out there. So Colton wants to take down Tiffany because she has that sequence of people. Mm-hmm. And Rob says what Colton's doing is smart, which I disagree with. So we get to the challenge and we're burning effigies. As Kate mentioned, a disgusting pagan mud-brained affair. That's her words, not mine. And we pair up. Monet Duet is not thrilled about Lisa being on his team, and he tells Candace that he is suspicious of Rinna.
The spidey sense is tingling.
Moe Duet has exquisite bone structure and a really, really good picker. Now, in this moment, I'm thinking the Traitors have a very, very short window to kill him. And they have to make sure that this does not spread through the house, because if it spreads through the house, then you can't do it. Then it looks too suspicious. So they were very fortunate to have gotten back from this challenge and have everybody flaming Ron and Tiffany, because if Moe has a chance to start whispering about Rinna, the window's closed. You can't kill. You just can't kill. So anyways, this challenge, T-Gas. Rubes, do you want to break down what this challenge was?
I genuinely was getting a fucking snack, so no, I don't. I did. Okay. I recalled everyone throwing things, and I thought having to yell them was very funny.
Right.
I thought it was really hilarious when Tiffany was like, "Oh no, they bet whatever she funny. Said." I laughed out
Fuck
loud.
them.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Remind me where either Kate or Ruby. Remind me where Tiffany comes from. What is her
big brother?
Big brother, and she was good on that. No,
not sure.
Couldn't tell you.
We're not Big Brother.
Probably if she's been picked.
People. But yeah, this was a little bit like the coffin flop challenge, Corn Cup TV, wherein you have to choose people to be up for elimination. Now, we get a whole slew of people that are up for elimination. It was weird that Alan went through all the people that are going to be. Just tell us who gets the shields. That's it. You're listing like 15 people. Ron and Tiffany, who states the obvious, says someone took my shield, which makes me vulnerable to murder. And that's exactly right. Michael Rappaport is up next. He says, I'm going to be on the chopping block because I'm Michael Rappaport. And Rinna and Candace chat. She says Monet said your name, and this is where they've got to just snuff this out very quickly. Candace and Rinna are not good enough to do that, so I think they just get lucky.
This is where
I love that, like, just the idea of someone mentioning your name like throws them into a loop. Like, even when Maura found out her name was mentioned, she was like, wait, why?
Right.
Like, but by the way, you're playing a game show.
Yeah.
Exactly right, Kate. So this is where you think someone's good at this, and then they can be thrown completely off by the emotion of anger. Tiffany, who I thought was composed, although her instincts are horrible, I still think she thought she'd make a good player so she has 3 names of people who she thinks she's going to go for, right? What does she do when she sees her shield taken away? She fucking goes for, who did she go for? She went for one person that wasn't even on that list.
Yeah.
It was for like a housewife or something. I forget, but it wasn't Yam Yam, Michael, or Ron.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Yam Yam for a second, who I love.
By the way, his name's Jam Jam.
Oh,
Jam
sorry.
Jam, sorry.
Jam Jam. Let's talk about Jam Jam for a second, who cries at the end of this challenge. And that's just, we can't do that,
no
right?
crying.
But astute observers noted that it was probably fake tears.
Was he faking? Well,
I think he was.
Gay queen or not, we're adults here, right? We can't just cry. That's crazy. Okay.
I don't even let my kids cry about most things in life.
I mean, it's
you
just
me on the show and
nuts.
be like, "Why are you crying? Pull yourself together."
So a lot of hot gossip in the vans. Tiffany says that Ron has been mentioning her name. And Ron needs to just chill and adopt the Michael Rappaport method, which is just being composed and not screaming at people about how good looking you are.
All right. So something interesting happens in the van that is a game tell. And that is when this should be added to the player's guide of traitors. When a player asks another player who they might vote for, and their answer is, I'm not sure yet, it means they're voting for you.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's what Trishelle said. If you're evasive, that's a red flag.
Yeah, well, Michael Rappaport unanimously loathed on this show, and you can tell. I don't even think it's a bad edit. If someone, a grown-up human being, a grown adult, is shoveling food into their mouths
like a 6-year-old,
like a true barbarian.
No, like he's in prison.
Yeah. So.
I don't know.
You
For
can't even
somebody
blame
that's
the
so
edit.
universally disliked, he sure does get cast for a lot of stuff in the reality space, and he's often asked to be a talking head on Watch What Happens Live, specifically in spaces about women's stories watched by women, but yet is respected
Insufferable.
and beloved by some people in positions of power, which I still have not been able to understand.
Right. Ruby got the Jeopardy answer wrong. What is insufferable? No, it's actually respected and welcome. All right. So we get to our little quorums. Ron is on the hot seat, but Colton is gunning for Tiffany. And again, I'm thinking if Ron can just get out of this one, he can make it kind of far, but it's not looking good. Colton is spearheading this thing, which is a bad play, but Candace sticks up for Tiffany and tries to sway the vote back to Ron. Now, I'm of two minds here. When you're a traitor, I kind of think let the faithful slaughter one another. But there's an interesting play here where I think Candace ingratiates herself a little bit to the faithfuls by riding for Tiffany. She wouldn't do that otherwise.
But she did the same shtick for Mama Kelsey. It's getting old. Like, why do you keep sticking up for these people?
Mama Kelsey.
Yeah, but people who are astute reality TV, specifically Real Housewives, specifically Real Housewives of Potomac observers would note that Candace cries nonstop. What she does is she has this origami tissue and she lightly taps the corners of her eyeballs.
Yes.
About the dumbest stuff. She's a perennial crier.
Interesting.
See, if I were in the game, then I should be like, guys, heads up. Candace cries about everything.
Yeah. And I'm actually dipping into Potomac this year. That one woman who has the husband in the NFL who hasn't
Angel,
yeah. The one woman who and her husband has not played. I looked him up. He's not played in like 4 years. She's one of the weirdest people I've ever seen on any Housewives franchise, period. She is so creepy.
Are you watching the woman who has a wonderful house in Colorado, but decided to rent an Airbnb an hour and a half away from civilization?
Right. But that's...
And running water.
Yeah.
That scene where the men are in the Adirondacks and they're not speaking to the women as they're introduced. I mean, I was like, what fucking A24 horror film are we in right now? God, that was so fucking weird.
Is this on Potomac?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I dip in and out.
And it's important to note that Monique Samuels is, I think, the most beautiful person on planet Earth.
Is she the English woman?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh.
No.
No, that's
She's married to Chris Samuels. She's beautiful. And the other woman, Stacy's very pretty too.
all right.
All right. So I want to say this. We saw like someone going
Yeah,
hard.
I want to apologize. That didn't need to be said. We're not here to talk about how beautiful people are. We're here to talk about the Traitors.
I think and you know what? They would love it. They would love to hear that you have a big fat boner for them.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've seen his penis.
Like,
it's
listen,
not that
women,
big.
Moderately
women are okay.
sized boner,
Women are
yeah.
okay about hearing that they're very attractive.
Right.
We don't want to hear if you think that we look like dog meat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
What
right.
kind of
And-
thing is that to say?
Oh, by the way,
Dog meat.
quick recommendation only because people were asking on the Kate Casey Facebook group. His and Hers is a good Netflix show. It's 6 episodes. Tessa Thompson, you can't take your eyes off her, and has the award for the most absurd twist ending out of any show I've seen in 5
Oh, and
years.
speaking of shows,
Okay, good.
Speaking
All right,
of
good.
dog meat, I don't know if Kate Casey's watching Fallout, but the name of the dog in Fallout is actually dog meat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
My sister used to say that if I looked bad or she looked bad, she would say it looks like dog meat, and that's why I'm carrying that on.
What the hell is even dog meat?
It just means like it's slop, like you look like shit.
Oh, ouch.
All right, so we get to the
Hold on. Cole's
deliberation.
pulling a Boston
She also
Rob
said
move
if she sometimes would say your hair looks like a rat's nest. So we lived in a home that was full of joy and love and support.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get a tough skin with that kind of stuff.
here.
Yes,
Kate's
right.
family's, sorry, Kate, kind of fucked up. Anyway, Colton's pulling a Boston Rob move here from last season, and we all know how that worked out.
Yeah.
Even if you take Tiffany out, like
Yeah.
just the way that you're going about this,
Then you got to come up with the next one. Then you got to come up with the next one.
Yeah.
You're on a
target
hamster
on
wheel.
your
Yeah.
back, Colton.
So we get to the deliberation, and it is hot. Colton goes after Tiffany, and she's fucking pissed. Talk about composure.
I loved it.
This
I
is
loved it.
It's not a great strategy to flip out at the round table. You got to keep it in the pocket a little bit. That's why I think Ron is really good at these round tables. He's just like
Subdued.
Do what
Yeah,
you
you're
guys
right.
do
Yep,
what you guys
yep,
are gonna
agreed.
do. Like you can either exonerate me or kill me, but we got to move on from this. I'm good
Or
with
I would have
whatever
said,
happens.
okay, you think I am, but have you thought about XYZ? Like, what about them? But you're right. She internalized it too much. It's sort of like if a housewife is accused of having their spouse is having an affair or they're having an affair. If they immediately break down and cry, I'm like, someone's sleeping around.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we get to a sneaky little factoid from Eric.
Oh, well, before we get there, Colton, before they get to like the voting thing, he goes, hey, Tiffany, do you have 2 F's in your name? That was quite the power move. It will be short-lived.
Well, that's when I thought, here's the thing with Colton. How do I put this?
Yeah.
People, and I think the people who listen to this podcast are outstanding investigators, astute observers.
They're
very
magnificent
savvy.
assholes, too. You probably don't want to hang out with our listeners.
Well, I want you to look at the history of Colton's relationships, and you will see that they were all very strategic. I think he is a very strategic person.
Yeah, he's evil, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
I think he's quite evil. And
Yeah.
not going to spoil anything, but the next roundtable is absolutely incredible. Did you watch it, Kate?
I did, yeah.
Oh,
The
my-
next episode?
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
All right. Well, let's say here. Okay, can I break down the Eric thing?
Yes.
With
Oh
the
my
knife.
God. The knock and Eric thing, please get to, because I actually think that this was my favorite part.
Mine too. So this is when Eric speaks up
Of course
about
it is, because of you. Yeah.
what he heard.
Yeah.
A laugh, okay? And that laugh was Tiffany. And he says this because he's a musician who has composed thousands of songs no one on this planet has ever heard. Hence why he's been referred to as a rando. And he also mentions that some podcaster named Pat has asked 8 people who he is and has not found a single person who knows who the fuck this guy is. And can I just say that's why That's why this guy is still a rando. Sorry for that. Anyway, he's fucking wrong.
What you're forgetting is that Tiffany's like, you got to get a new career because it's like, well, I'm this composer and I've got a great ear. And when she's like, you better get a new career, I was like, I hope she gets infinite.
You got really in the weeds with how you don't know who this guy is.
Seal it for herself.
But I wanted
Fantastic.
to get, but also I want to say, this is why you should be terrified if you're ever on trial with witnesses. He said he's 99% sure that this was her voice.
Truly,
be terrified if you ever go on trial for murder.
I don't plan on it.
Me neither.
He's an expert too, by the way. He would 100% be considered an expert. He listens to this. He's produced 100,000 songs you never heard of. You'd go to jail and you'd be euthanized.
Yeah, you'd be like, well,
by the way,
don't
Tiffany
kill me though, because I didn't
have
do
you
it.
heard Tiffany laugh one time on the show?
No.
See, when that was for me, if I was sitting there, or if I were Tiffany when he said that, I would have said, have I laughed one time on this show?
Yeah, I'm not having a joyous experience on this show.
Is
so
not
I wouldn't
joyful.
be laughing.
Here's what he heard. Off in the distance, Ron was talking, and a production assistant, while drinking coffee, laughed out loud.
No, she heard Candace. He heard Candace laughing. So we get to the votes, and Tiffany needs to go. Now, the reason why Tiffany needs to go is because she's revealed herself to be a very bad player. One, she came out way too hot, naming too many people, saddling up next to Michael Rappaport, just all bad plays. But when you get to the votes, you can really tell when somebody just does not know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Tiffany knows that she's about to split votes with Ron Funches, and she votes for Jam Jam. Now, it was much more one-sided than we thought it was going to be, but that vote, your animosity towards Jam Jam, could have been the tying break that sends you home.
That saved you another day to fight.
You have to vote with the pod. You can't just throw one-liners out there. It's just ridiculous. Rubes, any thoughts on that? You seemed like you were champing a little bit.
No, I was going to agree with you. I think that when you're under this type of little scrutiny and people are starting to build a little mountain out of you as a molehill, you get back in the pod and you don't say a word and you just say, I agree. And then they forget about you.
Right. So Tiff goes down in flames, and it looks like the clue from Eric is the thing that took it over the edge. Michael Rappaport, I believe, says there's ringleaders in here, and there's not ringleaders in here. Thank you, Michael Rappaport.
Yeah,
Colton,
he's so brilliant.
Colton is not going to back down, and Candace says that this is taking a toll on her. LOL, Candace. Is Candace capable of feeling empathy for other people? I'm not really sure.
No.
No, right?
Hey, Kate, is she still with that jailbird?
She's with her husband.
Wow.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah. They have a baby now.
Oh, nice.
Which is, when you go back in the history, there's Ashley, and Ashley had 2 kids, and she made some comment when Ashley had just given birth to maybe their second child, she called her wide.
Oh.
And the people went crazy because Candace is itty bitty. And they, of course, were like, well, wait until you have a baby. You're going to see how hard it is. So she's just had a baby. And I always have wondered the dynamics between all of the other women and Candace. Like, did she realize what an absolutely terribly mean thing that was to say to Ashley?
I mean, and I don't know. You two are more hip to the Housewives lore than the two of us are. I mean, well, Patty is pretty. Anyways, is Candace a top 3 most vile person in Housewives history?
No, absolutely not. No,
not even probably not even in the top 10 or 20.
No. Yeah.
Ruby.
I think Candace is just very cutting. Like, as a human being, I think that Candace probably has good values and champions things that we believe in. But when she looks at people, and when she looked at Monique and said, drag me, Monique, drag me, versus, Ramona Singer on Black Shabbat, they're just different. But Candace she's able to look at people and be like, oh, I will make you want to end your life today, and you didn't even know you were showing up for it. And that's a skill that not everybody possesses.
Yeah,
but
I'm
also
envious of
she's super sensitive too, so that's annoying.
Her mom
again
is...
with the dabbing the eyes all the time. Yep.
All right, so we end the episode in the turret, and it's insane to me that there's any deliberation whatsoever. It's Monet.
Right.
Go get Monet.
They make it look like it's going to be Tara, but it's not.
No, there's one choice. It's Monet. Do it before the wildfire spreads.
By the way, small request. Her partner there, that they're hiding the fact that they're both professional. I can never remember his name. I think it's John. He looks like Pee Wee Herman. Can we just call him Pee Wee?
Yeah, we can call him Pee Wee.
Thanks.
Okay,
Sure.
Get in the comments. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Go listen to Kate. I mean, how many freaking episodes a day are you putting out, Kate?
I do 6 episodes a week.
My God.
6 episodes a week. Go over there, listen. 5 stars, kind words.
Hey, Kate, do you want to do an episode of Traitors recap with on your show?
Yeah,
right.
I do.
Cool.
Next week I've Amanda Knox on my show too.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Go check that out. We love you guys for listening. I'm Dylan saying goodbye. Pat, say goodbye.
Later, dudes.
Ruby.
Bye-bye.
Kate.
Bye.